there's no real way to start this video. It's just like, I never thought that I would have to make a video like this. I never thought it would come to this. It's just, somehow you have so much faith in mankind, and you're like, no, it's 2016, things are different. Things have changed. They're isolated incidents. This is not a way of life. And I never, maybe I'm just, and no, I can't even say that, because I can't even say I've been walking around with blinders. But somehow you think, no, things are gonna get better, things are changing, it's gonna improve. And then every time you hear another name, every time you see another hashtag, every time you hear about another murder, cold-blooded murder of our black men by police officers that were sworn to protect and serve, the list keeps getting longer and longer, and nothing's happening, and there's no justice, there's no peace, and it's driving me crazy. And these last 2 days really hit home for me. Alton Sterling, another hashtag, lost his life because officers deemed him as a threat and needed to eliminate him and eliminate the threat. And children lost a father. And children have to watch their dad die over and over again on videos that are being reposted, and it's like, stop posting it so these kids don't have to relive it. But you're like, you need to keep posting it so people are aware and people know what's going on. And then overnight, we had another one. Philando Castile lost his life last night, doing what anybody in the US is free to do on a daily basis. Drive, go on an outing, go out with his girlfriend and her child. And he was killed while still wearing his seatbelt by an officer that was nervous, that was scared, that had itchy trigger fingers, and shot him 4 times while he was still wearing his seatbelt. A 4-year-old child was in the back of the car. His girlfriend was next to him. How is this okay? How is this okay? That could have been me. That could have been my husband next to me, getting killed in front of me. And if she didn't go live on Facebook, how many of us would have known about it? How many of us would have heard the story that, oh, he pulled a gun, so therefore he was shot because the officer was defending himself against this criminal? There's no criminal record. He was a peaceful man. He was doing right by his family. He was living an honest life like any of us should be able to, without the fear of being killed because of the color of our skin. And I try to keep it light on my channel. It's about beauty and cosmetics and just keeping it light and just having fun, to take you away from the world, to take you away from the terrors that happen, just to distract you for a little bit. And I couldn't really, I can't talk about makeup right now. I can't talk about cosmetics. And this is something that I need to talk about because it's been on my mind. It's been driving me nuts. It's been making me crazy. And I have to talk about it. Black lives matter. And it's not all lives matter and other lives matter. Black lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. But right now, don't make this about you. It's not about you sometimes. Sometimes you have to let other causes shine. Why? Because they need attention. They need someone, they need people in power to take notice. And you coming out with all lives matter is dismissing the point. Black lives matter. Our black men are being killed for minor offenses, if any offenses at all. Our black men, not just black men, our black kids, our boys are getting killed. And it's not okay. And we need reform. We need change. Something needs to happen, and it's systematic. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not racism. It is. It's systematic racism. And you can deny that all you want, and all you're doing is dismissing our issues and dismissing the cause and making us feel less than, because guess what? Our cause, our plight doesn't count. That's what you're doing when you say that. It's racism, and it's deep-seated, and it's been centuries and centuries embedded in the soil of this country. It's stemming from slavery times. Don't give me that racism doesn't exist. Don't give me that, oh, it's gotten better. Oh, it's not like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Oh, we're integrated now. We're not segregated. Oh, it's not coloreds now. Oh, you're African American. Don't call me African American. I'm black. I'm black. And I'm half Indian, but guess what? The color of my skin makes me black. In your eyes, if there's a drop of black, I'm black. Jesse is black. He's half white, he's black. And now he's being condemned because he spoke up at the BET Awards. Are you kidding me? Stop making it about you. Black Lives Matter does not mean anti-white. It's not anti-police. Stop making it about something that it's not. It's about bringing justice and trying for change and a reform. It's not about you. It's not anti-police. It's about anti-systematic oppression and racism. It's about addressing the issue at the root, at the base. And until we acknowledge that, stop finding the stupid excuses and trying to brush things off and dismiss it and cover it up and pull this veil over. All lives matter. Oh, you're anti-white. It's police brutality. It is. And the sooner we acknowledge that it is, the sooner we can start making changes. And this video isn't gonna do anything if I don't go out and actively pursue a change and actively pursue my politicians for bills, for change, we need to be change oriented. We need to be those people that go out and actively seek change. And I'm imploring you to go out into your community, go after your politicians, your representatives, push the cause. And it's easy to say push the cause, we need change, but what change do we need? At the end of the day, we need to figure out what is causing white men, white police officers, Asian police officers, black police officers, but mostly white police officers, to shoot our black men so readily. You see, what you forget is that slavery taught white people that black people are physically intimidating and they must be controlled, and you must use brute strength and force and weapons and punishment to keep them in line and keep them in check. Otherwise, they're gonna overrun the country and overrun your plantations. So you better keep them in check by using brutality and force. It's stemming from centuries and centuries of oppression where we were treated as less than. The Constitution declares other people as 3/5. We're the other people. We're 3/5 of a man. That's how we're counted. So there's centuries and centuries of being seen as less than, as being seen as savages, as beasts, not as people, not as I cut my wrist, I bleed red. You shoot me, guess what? I die. I'm not superhuman. I'm magic. But I'm still human. When you have a mindset that declares a race as just automatic villains, this is what happens. It's so embedded in your mind. You don't think you're racist. You don't think you truly think black people are different, but you do. And the people that are enforcing your laws do. And when you're trained to view black people as a threat, automatic human reaction is, okay, I gotta protect myself against that. And I know you're like, no, listen, police officers, law enforcement, they need training. Not simple, tactical moves. There needs to be a full overhaul of the law enforcement training regime. How do you train these officers? Why can't they learn to de-escalate a situation, to disarm? The worst part is a lot of these black men that have been murdered, have been killed, are unarmed anyway. And why are they still such a threat to you? Why is the color of my skin so scary? Why does it make you so fearful? And you need to realize where this is coming from. It's coming from a place of fear and distrust. And it's a catch-22 because it's a vicious cycle. We fear them, so we speak out about it. They fear us because we speak out about it. And they feel hated, so they retaliate. We feel hated, so we're defensive. And it's a vicious cycle that's not gonna end anytime soon. But we need to start, and we need to start now. And the training needs to start. We need to teach our officers to disarm, de-escalate, diffuse a situation without using deadly force. There is far too many options out there for your first course of action to be deadly force. Why was Mr. Castile shot 4 times while still wearing his seatbelt? While his child, 4 years old, was in the back seat of the car and his girlfriend was in the passenger seat. How is a family man with a child in the car deemed a threat? Like, what did you think this man was gonna do, officer? What did you think he was gonna do? Have a shootout with you? With his kid in the car? It may not be his kid, but it's his kid. It's his girlfriend's kid. You think a 4-year-old, he's gonna go on a shooting rampage with you with a 4-year-old in the car and his girlfriend? You really must think black men are savages. You really must think we're inhuman. You really must think we have no concept of humanity and morals and conscience. You must really believe that for you to really think he told you. He told you he had a weapon on him and that he is licensed to carry. It is within his constitutional right to bear arms. Isn't that what the NRA has been fighting for? Isn't that what Congress has blocked? Oh no, we can't have additional background checks. Isn't that what you guys are promoting? He's licensed to carry, but still you're gonna shoot him because he has a gun. And you think he's gonna just pop off. Why? Why is that your first assumption about him? Why is that something that you automatically believe he's gonna do? Why do you automatically believe he's gonna go into friggin' beast mode and go on a warpath and start shooting everybody? Why is that your automatic assumption? Why is that? And that's bred in law enforcement. And don't tell me the academy's teaching sensitivity, because when they go out on the street and when they're next to a veteran, that in his heart, it's you against them, and he's teaching you, listen. And this is not something I'm asking you, I'm telling you this. When they say to you, if someone says to you, you against them, you want to go home to your family tonight, right? Shoot now, ask questions later. Don't worry about it. We have your back. Whatever it is, you won't go down for this. We'll cover you. Probably get a slap in the hand, maybe probation, maybe 3 months in jail. Don't worry about it. We got you. When they tell you that and they beat it in your head, listen, they have no problems with shooting you. So shoot them first. Yes, they're like that. These people, they don't think about anybody. They just think about themselves. They're criminals. They're gonna shoot you first. What do you think as a police officer, a young kid that's nervous, this is the first time you're holding a weapon? What do you think you're gonna think? You're gonna be nervous. You're gonna have itchy trigger fingers. Some of these officers actually feel like they're invincible because now they have a gun. That gives them authority to kill anyone that they deem a threat. So you have those that are nervous and fearful because that fear is pushed into them. And then you have those that have a chip on their shoulder that's like, I'm gonna show them. It's me or you, buddy. You're going down, I'm not dying today. So it's this fight or fight mentality, you against them. You know, it's my life or their life. And guess what? I'm gonna choose. It's their life. And it's like, until we start realizing that you can de-escalate a situation. He's black doesn't mean he's automatically a criminal. His black skin doesn't automatically make him guilty. Why can Brad and Aaron have an argument with an officer, get away without even a bruise or a bump? Why is that? Why can a white person with weed in their pocket just get a summons or a fine, if that much, but a young black man has to die? Oh, well, maybe he should have put his hands up. Maybe he shouldn't have resisted arrest. Maybe if he had dressed differently. Maybe if he didn't have a hoodie on. Maybe if he wasn't eating his Snickers. Maybe if he wasn't black. Ask yourself, why do we as a people have to modify our behavior so much? Like we have to pacify and become so submissive to not be killed on a simple traffic stop. When you're gonna tell me, put your hands where he can see them, roll down all four windows, turn your music off, don't make any sudden movements, say yes sir, have manners, don't yell, don't scream, don't question. If they're gonna beat you up, let them do it. If they're gonna arrest you, let them do it. Just so you can live to go home to your family. Why is that okay? Why can Brad speak back without being killed? Why can Brad go home to his family, but Trayvon can't? Eric Garner can't. Mike Brown can't. It hurts. It hurts. And it makes me fearful and I'm scared. And I don't want to live my life like that. And my husband's out there now. He went to school. And I won't feel safe until he's home in one piece. I don't want to fear him being pulled over by an officer and having to call me and keep me on the phone so that I can hear what's going on. Why should I have to live like that, where I have a fear that if my husband gets pulled over for having tints on his windows that are illegal in New York, that could lead to him not coming home to me because of the color of his skin, because he's athletic and he works out and he has an athletic build and he's bigger and he's intimidating. Why should I live in fear that makes him a target? Why should I tell him, put on your white voice, speak clearly, speak slowly, speak softly. Take the bass out your voice so you don't intimidate them, that you don't scare them, that they don't feel the need to kill you because you are physically stronger than them, that you're gonna overthrow them somehow because that's what you're just bred to do because of your black skin, that you're a savage, that you're gonna attack them, like they fear for their lives because they pulled you over for your tints. Why is that something that I have to teach my nephews? And I have to teach a son. If I have a son, I have to teach him. Lower the bass in your voice. Don't try to be so intimidating. In fact, you can't own a hoodie because you get killed for what you wear. Why is that okay? I'm scared, and I feel hopeless and helpless, and I don't know what to do. But we have to do something. And if you know what I need to do, tell me. If there are organizations that are working towards change, let me know. I want to be a change agent. I want to do something. I'm already involved in my community. I need to be more involved. I need to get bills passed. And I can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone, and that's why we need a movement. We need people that come together, and the movement is there. It just needs bodies, and it needs numbers, and it needs passion, and it needs people who really want to change. And it's not anti-white. I think the best thing that white people can do, those that are enlightened and see the injustice, come out and show your support. Come out and show your support. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I really don't know. But I couldn't